Good morning, everyone. Uh, Welcome. My name is Francisco Valentin. I'll be your host for the next 15 or 20 minutes. I am honored to be a Spiritual Awakening International Advisory Board and Spanish Committee member. It is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Brian Sackett PhD to lead our meditation for today. Dr. Brian Sackett has had multiple spiritually transformative experiences. Dr. Brian has a PhD in transpersonal psychology from the Institute of Transpersonal Psychology, and he is a psychologist, previously in private practice in San Jose, California, and is now a Toronto, Canada resident. He leads the Toronto Meditation on Self-Inquiry Group and also serves on the board of Spiritual Awakening International. Please welcome Dr. Brian Sackett.
Thank you, Francisco, for that nice introduction, and welcome everyone. So we're going to get right into this meditation. We only have a few minutes. I invite you to take care of yourselves while you're doing this. And so if there's anything that I'm suggesting in the guided meditation that doesn't feel right for you, just don't do it. So let's begin. I'm going to start a little gong, and then we'll go into the meditation. So be aware of the energy field around you, and be aware of your breathing, and think of breathing through the whole energy field. And on the in-breath, on each in-breath, surrender to the transcendent, or surrender to your divine nature on the in-breath. And on the out-breath, release. Let go of anything that you're holding on to that you don't need. So the in-breath is a surrender, and the out-breath is a release. And then place your dominant hand on your sternum and your other hand on top of your dominant hand. And with no effort, no trying, no forcing, gently feel into what's under your sternum. And there's our spiritual core, there's a portal there to our soul, to our divine nature. And so relax and breathe into. Underneath, it's not the human heart, it's not the heart chakra, it's just a place of stillness and peace and love. And as you're breathing in and surrendering and breathing out and releasing, feel into this place and feel into the stillness, and notice that the stillness goes all the way inside, everywhere. And in fact, everything that's happening in time and space is being held by that stillness. So you can feel your breathing, you can notice your heart beating, and it's all held in stillness. And this stillness runs all the way inward and all the way to the outside as well. It goes infinitely in all directions, and you can just notice it. So in any of these instructions, just think it and then allow and then observe with no judging, no comparing. What does this stillness and this peace, this love feel like? And if you'd like, you can add a mantra, a phrase that you can say. And the phrase would be, may my presence in this moment rise like never before. May my presence in this moment rise like never before. May my presence in this moment rise like never before. And you can repeat that and pay attention not so much to the thought, to the phrase, but to what you observe as you're noticing your presence rise. And it's great to have no expectations about what this looks like or sounds like or feels like. Be with it however it is. If there's no change, be with that. Be with what is. May my presence rise in this moment like never before. May my presence rise in this moment like never before. And allow yourself to have a sense of being held up by your presence, by your divine nature. Let your spine align and be vertical with no effort. Let it be held by your divine presence. And as you breathe in, surrender to the divine. As you breathe out, release anything that's being held on to, any tension, any tightness, any pain, any stiffness, any relaxation. Let it all go. You're breathing in and surrendering to the divine, and you're breathing out and releasing. And if your mind starts to wander, bring it back to that phrase. May my presence in this moment rise as never before. May my presence in this moment rise like never before. Allow yourself to soften. Allow your awareness to be drawn under your sternum, into your core, and throughout everything, and especially the stillness. You can bask in the presence. You can soak in the feeling of love and light, stillness and peace, and you can rest here. And notice that this is like coming home, coming into your spiritual home. And notice that in this place of stillness and love and peace, it's always been, it always will be. And it's always okay, no matter what is going on, inwardly or outwardly. This stillness and presence and love is inherently just okay. And notice what happens as some parts of you that may not feel okay are connected with this deep part of ourself that's always okay, that's eternally okay. Breathing in, surrendering, Breathing out, releasing. Let your attention be drawn deeper and deeper into the stillness. Notice that there are parts of us that aren't still, maybe our minds, maybe our critics, maybe our gut, but it's all held in stillness. They both exist paradoxically, simultaneously. Breathing in, surrendering to the divine. Breathing out, releasing. Soften. Gentle awareness. With no effort, no trying, you can still lean in gently into your spiritual core. May my presence in this moment rise like never before. May my presence in this moment rise like never before. And notice that this rising presence is strengthened and deepened as we're doing this together. And as we touch into this deep spiritual core, the place where we're all connected and we're all one. And if you'd like, be grateful that there are everyone else here present doing this, adding to this experience. Notice that we are being held by the silence, that it holds all parts of us. And that we can rest in this with no effort. We don't have to do anything. We breathe and surrender. We breathe out and release. We stand in the stillness. And again, have gratitude for all of us that are doing this together and connecting through that place of oneness locally. And as the events, the programs continue, remember this place. Remember that it's all held in that stillness, in that peace, in that love and compassion, in that deep okayness that's always been and always will be, never dying, merely changing forms. May my presence rise in this moment like never before. Thank you.